Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Crusty Rusty, and you're watching Crusty Rusty's Book Corner. I've been thinking about doing this project, doing write-ups on some of my book collection. Not write-ups, but reviews through either YouTube, VC Book, or whatever. Okay? And finally, I think I decided to do this. I want to start off today with this new book that I picked up. I had it ordered through Amazon. Robert W. Chambers, the unabridged classic edition, The King in Yellow. All right? And this is what really made me want to start doing this project, reviewing books, because A, this book fucking sucks. Okay? The book itself is great. The stories themselves are awesome. Okay? But the intro was probably, I think an 8-year-old could have wrote the intro better. I mean, there are more. Let's get into this. Let's see. I mean, in the first paragraph. Never mind. I'm going to have to do my homework on this. But the intro is full of mistakes, punctuation, no punctuation. The pages aren't numbered, okay? There's no fucking table of contents here, all right? But the book itself, once you get into it, if you can push through that and get into the book itself, it's really enjoyable. So this guy, Robert William Chambers, let's see, 1865, this guy was born. This guy was starting to write like in, like the late 19th century, right? When like shit like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Algernon Blackwood, and H.P. Lovecraft shit, you know what I mean? This is kind of along the veins of that H.P. Lovecraft occult fiction, hocus pocus shit, you know what I mean? Like the fear, putting fear in, and some of this shit's really good. So to put this kind of like in a nutshell for you, The King in Yellow, it is supposed to be like it's a playwright, all right? But this playwright really doesn't exist. The guy never really wrote the playwright, okay? But he wrote short stories. And in this book, there's like 10 short stories. The playwright, The King in Yellow, if supposedly you read the shit, it would make you crazy, you'd kill yourself, you'd kill people, you'd fucking die. All sorts of bad shit would happen to you, right? And that's what happens to all these people in all these different stories. They go through, it all stems back to the King in Yellow, or do they wear this yellow mark and shit like that, and they find it somewhere on their bookshelf, and they grab it, and holy fuck, I shouldn't be reading this shit. It's this playwright, and I've heard it makes you fucking doomed and shit. And then boom, they're doomed, okay? So one of my favorite books in here, let's see, like I said, there's no fucking table of contents. You don't know where the fuck you're going in this, okay? I don't know about you, but when I read a book, I like to be like, oh, holy shit, like, I hope this chapter never ends, and you like look it up, and you're like, fucking holy fuck, I only got 5 pages left to go, or whatever. You know what I mean? There's no freedom. There's not even a fucking index in here, okay? It's just made in the United States, New Haven, Connecticut. I got a lot of friends in Connecticut, but one thing I've learned, nothing good ever happens in New Haven, okay? I think that's why Jim Morrison whipped his dick out at all of them. So one of the really good books in here is the starting one. What the fuck? The Repairer of Reputations. All right? Now this shit was written like in, I think it was written like in 1899, 1900 by this guy. And he wrote like this futuristic version of America in like 1915. All right? Now, it's funny because in the book, in this guy's story, there ain't even fucking cars. They're still doing like horse-drawn wagons and shit like that, cobblestones, roads and all that. Like, fucking whatever. they had like these suicide chambers. All right? Like, the United States of America said, hey, it's okay for you to go out. Like, you're having a bad day. You don't like where your life's turning. It's okay to fucking kill yourself. We're going to make this nice fucking ivory building in the middle of this fucking, you know, Central Park deal, okay? And just walk through the gate and walk into the marble fucking building and you'll never come out. That's as easy as that. You know what I mean? And this guy, he finds the King in Yellow playwright, and he starts coming unglued, and he starts seeing these people going in here committing suicide and shit. It's really a wild read. The book itself, there are a couple stories in here that kind of like, you know what I mean? But a couple of them are really, really good. It is definitely for if you just kind of want to take a fucking horror trip on a long weekend in your head. I highly suggest it, but don't buy this version, okay? Do not buy this version. It sucks. Let's see. See, like I said, I can't even help you out here. I can't even tell you. It also gives you a character list in here, though. It's kind of neat, you know, but you got to look for it. Let's see, The Mask. Oh, yeah, this was a good... Oh, you know what was an even better one? This was a wild one. Let's see. Where the fuck is it? Oh yeah, The Mask. This was a cool one. It takes place in Paris. So you got these two dudes, like they're artists. One's a painter, one's a sculptor. And one dude did love this really hot chick, Genevieve, you know what I mean? But this other dude, Boris, right? This other dude, Boris, he's the painter. They got the hots for each other, Boris and this chick, Genevieve. And he comes up, he makes this kind of like alchemical fucking fluid substance. Or whatever you put into it, it turns you into stone. All right? So, bad shit happens. Someone reads this King in Yellow playwright. Shit goes haywire. Someone dies. The other person dies. Everything comes back. It's wild. It's fucking wild. All right? So, like I said, I highly suggest this book, not this book, but this book. All right? So, thank you for your undivided attention watching Crusty Rusty's Book Corner. Until the next book, thank you very much. Have a good night.